Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? It's Gabriel Jones Fan TV, man. Back at you on the video. Like the content of this video, go and smash that like button. The content of this channel, go and hit subscribe, man. Look, all right. So the NFL trade deadline has come and gone. The Ravens add no new players over this time period. So several teams did make moves. You know, the Bills add a cornerback to get Rasul Douglas. The Lions add a receiver. They get Donovan Peoples-Jones. Um, the Bears get Montez Sweat. I think the biggest deal of the day is, the 49ers getting Chase Young. And, the Vikings add Josh Dobbs. You know, a lot of different moves around the league. Okay, so this is where I'm at with it right here. I believe that this trade deadline, the Ravens have made a mistake. Okay, now a lot of this trade deadline talk there was about getting a running back. All right. Now yesterday there was some news that broke out that the Ravens were pretty much had a deal sold up for Derrick Henry, and the Titans owner came through and pushed it to the side, vetoed it, get it out of here, not happening. All right. For me, that's okay. I wasn't really big on the Ravens need to get a running back or even the Ravens need to get Derrick Henry. Now, for me, I want the Ravens worth to trade for a running back. I want somebody with a little bit more pass catching dynamics, stuff like that. That was my position on that. The mistake the Ravens made in this trade deadline is that Chase Young was available for a third round pick. All right, now they could have called about Chase Young. The Commanders could have told him no, we don't. Who knows what happened? But all I can see is the concrete evidence of Chase Young is now on the 49ers for a third round pick. Okay, so Chase Young is a former, obviously, number two pick in the draft, 2020 draft. He's been through some injuries, things like that. I'm not dismissing his injury history. Of course, I'm not. And we know that with this Ravens team and this training staff, there have been some issues with injured players, right? So I'm not dismissing that aspect of it completely. But at the end of the day, this is the kind of move I was looking for the Ravens to make. Okay, Chase Young is 24 years old. All right. Now, obviously, he's going to need to get paid. I would have had no problem with the Ravens doing that. But Chase Young is 24 years old. Right now, this season, 5 sacks, 15 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, and 9 quarterback hits. Okay, he's up there among some of the league's best in pressure rates and things like that. He's pretty much had a bounce back kind of season from over the last couple of years being disappointing because of his injuries and things like that. When Chase Young has been healthy, he's been one of the better pass rushers in the NFL. Full stop. Right, and that's not really a crazy statement. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, yeah, sorry about that. So a for Chase Young for a third round pick, he's been one of the best edge rushers when he's been healthy in the NFL. Full stop. Okay, this is the kind of move the Ravens, to me, needed to make. Right now, I've gone through this plenty of times. People have said, "Well, the Ravens have one of the best passers in the NFL." If you look at the sack numbers, things like that. Listen, the numbers are going to say what they say. The Ravens get a lot of sacks, right? To me, a lot of these sacks are schemed up pressures, and obviously the players still have to execute and make the play. I'm not taking that away from them. They have to still go out there and do what's been assigned for them to do. All right. At the end of the day, I still don't have a lot of confidence right now. You line up, this guy's going to win point blank period. The guy that I'm most confident in doing that is probably Justin Madubuike. He plays on the inside, and that's always not always the best place for a guy that's your best pass rusher. Now the Ravens have done some things with Madubuike, moving him inside and outside to get him on the edge so he can line up against those kind of guys on tackles on the edge. Cool, right? Listen, Jadeveon Clowney's had a great year. Kyle Van Noy has been a surprise signing. Odafe Oweh is showing a lot of signs of promise, right? If any one of those guys get hurt, if Jadeveon Clowney gets hurt, if Kyle Van Noy gets hurt, if Odafe Oweh is hurt again, we're talking about how the Ravens are thin at outside linebacker. We were just literally having this conversation before Odafe Oweh came back. That's why you saw guys like Jeremiah Moon playing and different kind of outside linebackers coming in because the Ravens were literally thin at the position. And when I say the Ravens made a mistake not change for Chase Young, it's not because I don't have faith in the guys that they currently have. I think the guys that the Ravens have right now are good enough. And I don't think this is when I say mistake, this is not going to derail the Ravens season. Now the Ravens season is going to go torpedo, go down. No, that's not what I'm saying. They had an opportunity to legitimately improve this team. Legitimately, this team was a Super Bowl contender. The third round pick that they're going to draft next year is not going to be Chase Young. Okay, he's not going to be that level. The chances of this guy being as good as Chase Young is now, or in the next couple of years, is very very slim. Right? You had an opportunity to upgrade the team right there, and they did not take it. All right. Now, like I said, multiple things could have happened. Who knows? They could have offered this and that, and the Commanders just wanted to go with the 49ers deal. Who knows? Whatever. Point is, the Ravens right now on the edge, they can like their guys. And, I talked to one of my friends. Actually, he's texting me right now and said, yeah, the Ravens like who they have on the edge. And that's fine. Like I said, I'm not down on who the guys the Ravens have. But this idea that we like who we have on the edge so we can't add more pieces is very, very silly to me, right? So I bring up the best teams in the league that have the best pass rushers in the league. They bring in a multitude of guys. It's not just, okay, we have 4 guys, that's it. The 49ers literally traded for Chase Young. If I told you, do the 49ers need help with offensive line, you would probably tell me no, right? But what did they do? 49ers could have traded for a cornerback. They could have traded for maybe some linemen, multitude of other things where sometimes there's a little bit of a gap in their team right now. But what do? They go out and get another defensive lineman. Even the Eagles, they traded for a guy named Kentavious Street. Now, I'm not here to tell you that he's some great player, but that's another defensive lineman, right? So, you can do this, right? You don't have to worry about, I'm going to step on this guy's toes. I have faith in this guy. I don't want to, make him mad by bringing another guy into the building. At the end of the day, they got to get over that. They have to get over that. This was a legitimate opportunity to make the Ravens better, to make them better, especially in situational kind of things, right? When I bring the situation up constantly because it's real. When it's at the end of the game and you can't bring those exotic blitzes, you can't dial up the different type of stunts and twists, the games you played at the defensive line, who's coming, who's dropping out. When it comes down, you got to play kind of regular base shell coverage defense. I don't see a lot of times the Ravens can win those matchups, right? Confidently, right? And that's not a knock on the guys they have now. I like Matabike, I like Clowney, I like Van Noy, I like Adafiola. I'm gonna say it again and again and again. But you had a chance to add more firepower. Defensive line, especially in today's NFL, it's such a pass-happy league. You cannot have enough defensive linemen. All right. I'm not here for the argument that the Ravens will have too many guys. Defensive line is not one of those positions. You can't have too many guys rushing the passer. All right. When teams want to drop back 35, 40 times a game, you got all of these great wide receivers out of here. It's hard for defensive backs to cover some of these guys. You can help that by having a good pass rush. All right. And the Ravens do have some good things going on. But the simple fact is they had a chance and an opportunity to upgrade this team. And in my opinion, it was a mistake not taking that opportunity. If you would have told me Chase Young was available for a 3rd round pick, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm sending the pick, right? This is the same. What is the difference between this and Roquan Smith situation, right? Roquan Smith went for a 2nd round pick. And I would say it's a pretty darn good trade. The Ravens traded for Roquan Smith and then they paid him. Chase Young will be along the same lines. You trade for him and you pay him, right? Like I said, I don't think this is something that's going to derail the Ravens season. I'm not going to be dramatic about it and say, the Ravens season is over with. No, of course it's not. The Ravens have a very, very good team. They have a great defense, an offense that's coming together slowly, but surely. Right? The offense is coming together. So the Ravens are going to be fine in terms of what they're going to do for the rest of their season. But they had an opportunity here, a chance to upgrade the team significantly. How many times is a former number 2 overall pick who was actually productive? So it's not like he's a bust or something like that. When he's playing, he's been productive, right? How often is that guy available for a 3rd round pick? Not very often. So to me, the Ravens missed the opportunity. Eric DeCosta, John Harbaugh, all the guys in the building who make the decisions missed the opportunity to upgrade the team. And maybe they tried and it didn't work out. But as we can see, I can only see the results. The 49ers have them. The Ravens don't. And to me, it was a mistake letting that happen. So I'm going to get out of here, man. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the video. If I'm wrong, if I'm crazy. Or if you agree. Let me know, man. I'll reply to all comments. So I'm going to get out of here. Jerry, Fan TV. I'm out.